part.
Yeah.
Right here, this is going to be spoiler cast from this point on. If you have 3 movies...
I have another movie.
Okay, we're going to talk about A Quiet Place. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about Ready Player One. And we're going to talk about something else.
The Greatest Showman. I'm not going to talk about it very, very long. Okay. It was good.
Okay. Hugh Jackman is very handsome, man.
Yes, he is. And he's got a voice of an angel.
He's pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope the mic picked that up. God, I hope the mic picked that up. If there's any way to edit the audio to pull up the ambient.
I'm trying to make it as juicy as I could.
I've been talking all episode to build up saliva just for that moment.
That was the juiciest lips.
All right, let me start.
I hope I made you genuinely uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, sound like Jabba the Hutt.
All right, so we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about A Quiet Place now. Are you done with The Greatest Showman?
No, if everybody that I've seen, like all the girls, obviously, they want to watch musicals. So we watched Quiet Place week 4. Lou wanted to pick as her pick. She's like, Greatest Showman. I was like, it's musical. All right,
I would watch it,
but they do a good job of, because you're following the story of P.T. Barnum, who the original circus in America,
the freak show guy,
yeah, and his kind of fall and rise. I didn't really fall too much, but the way they did the music, it's like really like pop culture, early like our kind of music, like pop music, but set in that time period in New York is really good. Done really
That's
well.
Cool.
Zac Efron's in it. He does some really good stuff. Obviously, he's done musicals, High School Musicals, where he got his claim to fame.
Yeah, he can sing.
Zendaya in it, the chick that played Mary Jane from Spider-Man. The black lady girl. She's currently Michelle Jane in the new
in the new Spider-Man. I thought you were talking about Kirsten Dunst.
No, not her. No.
What are you talking about?
So, but really good. Do you want to talk about Ready, and then we can both talk about Quiet?
Ready Player One. I'm not gonna say much because I want you to watch it. I'm not gonna reveal anything.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil anything from this particular
it's our
movie.
generation's.
But let me tell you right now. It's pretty much like video game Willy Wonka. But the world that this takes place in is so...
What's the world called? It's called
cool.
something?
The Oasis.
The Oasis, yeah.
So in the real world, it's kind of run down. It's like year 2040-something or something
Everybody's
like that.
stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, well, that's called the stacks. Where
really?
It's like the ghetto.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer.
And basically, the world wants to get away from the real world. So they all go to the Oasis, which is this giant super MMO that... anyone can go to, and you can pick any avatar you want.
Right.
You want to play as Ryu from Street Fighter? You can be him. You want to play as Shrek? I guess. I don't know. But like, you'll be watching a scene, and there's so many Easter eggs and so many pop culture references.
How did Spielberg just go? I want all your licenses.
Because he's Spielberg. And everyone's like, okay,
yeah, sure.
But like, you'll be sitting there watching like a really serious scene. You're like, oh my god, you see Chun-Li in the back dancing with Ryu in the nightclub? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Or like, just the amount. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about it. The amount of service. Like, if you're a super nerd, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I was like, look there, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then
that's a DeLorean. Blah blah blah.
The DeLorean. There's this part where like there's a race. So let me give you the story real quick.
Go ahead.
The creator of the game, or one of the creators of the game, who became the owner of it, he passes away, and he says, I'm leaving my legacy in the hands of whoever can do this Easter egg hunt. I've left these 3 keys. You have to find the 3 keys and find the 3 gates, and once you find them all, but it's not gonna be easy. The first key, you have to win a race. But no one can figure out how to beat the race because King Kong always comes and kills everyone.
Oh no!
And then at the very end, he sits there at the end and he just starts swatting all the cars, and you can never get past him. So they have to find a secret way, and to do that, the main character, his name's Parzival. His real name's Wade Watts. But Parzival he goes like to these archives that you can go to, where you can play back memories of the creator of the game, and sometimes he can find these little hints where he's just like, he'll say something really cryptic. He's like, that's the trick. That's what I have to do. But it's cool because like you'll see the race lineup, and you see all these different cars. Like this chick has the bike from Akira. Oh. He has the DeLorean. Like there's other vehicles, famous vehicles. Like it's so packed full of just nerddom. It's so good. Like, and so the parts like they'll be in a battle. Like, oh, let me look through my weapons. They'll be swiping like. And as they're swiping through, oh, what is this gun? Oh, it's just the Lancer from Gears of War. Or like, oh, here's a Halo rifle. And dude, it's so good. I'm about to get goosebumps talking about it. There's this epic scene, this last scene. It's just this war.
I've seen the trailer
And
parts.
you could imagine
everybody on the battlefield.
There's one part. Oh god, I get the goosebumps. Man.
I saw Tracer in there.
Yeah, she's in there. Dude, this one part. There's 3 iconic characters that all fight. I'm not gonna say who they are.
Oh no,
dude, it's so good. I was so giddy, like a little. This one part, so these 2 iconic characters fighting, and this one guy drops in, like literally spawns in this, and he gets to pick what he wants. And the cool thing is, like, you can go like to the store, like you go to the store, it's like, oh, well, I want to buy the Ryu skin, so you can earn money in the game to buy real things in real life. So it's like, or you can buy in-game stuff. It's like the main character, he gets all this money. He's like, he buys this real life suit to wear in real life that helps him play the game better. It's like, I wish I lived in that world. But the crazy thing is, if you die, you lose it all. You have to restart from the beginning.
Oh wow!
If you die, it's like when people die, like if someone gets hit by King Kong in that race, they explode to billions of coins, or however many coins they're worth. It just, like, and everything they have just drops.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, it's like he's driving, he's like, he opens up the, and he has, like, this little vacuum, he goes, and he sucks up all the coins and stuff. And, like, so if you're a character, if you're a character that's been playing for, like, 10 years, you die, and then just, all your stuff just comes flying out.
A heart attack.
It's great, but, like, there's one part where the main character's like, he's like, I would do anything for this. You know, I want to learn more about the creator. And then this girl's like, well, you'd risk it all. You'd risk all your coin. You know, he's like, I can't risk that. You know, because that's everything. Mm-hmm. But the coolest part about the whole movie is that you learn more about the creator of the game, and he's really the main character. You learn more about him. His name's like Holloway or something like that, and you find out more about his life and why he created the game the way he did. And there's so many scenes. I can't talk about them. They're so good. Watch this movie.
We'll watch it next week.
Watch this movie.
It's my turn. I already told her. What y'all watch it on? I'm curious.
Brad gave it.
Ah, that means it's not out.
Well, it's out now. Yeah.
It's out on DVD?
Probably so. Get it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor.
Alright. I don't know if it's in Redbox yet, but I might actually pick it up.
DVD? What's DVD? I'm just kidding. I hate DVDs.
Yeah, you go to Redbox. We do Redbox a lot, and you just swipe through and you find your movie. And it goes. There's no Blu-ray, but it's out. I'm like, no, watch this tonight.
Dude, I can't talk about any of the stuff I want to talk about this movie, dude.
I'll talk to you about it next week.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Monday or Tuesday night I'm watching it.
I've wanted the soundtrack, the beginning, the music, Jacob, the music.
Do they play the Willy Wonka song in it?
I can't say anything.
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's a book too.
Yes, it is. I want to read the book now.
Anyway,
moving on. Let's talk about A Quiet Place.
Or as Paul likes to call it, Be Quiet.
A Quiet Place, great movie.
Man, so John Krasinski, I always say screw his name up. Krasinski
from The Office.
Directed it.
Yeah, and he also plays the dad.
Which is
and like the main character.
His real wife, actually, in real life, Emily Blunt plays his wife in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're actually married in real life.
That's cool.
Holy cow, that movie punches you in the gut in the first 5 minutes.
It punches you in the gut, and it continuously punches you in the gut all the way to the end.
Yep.
And at the very end, you're like, okay. And then you just kind of accept it.
Yeah.
Are we spoiling this?
Yeah, this is Spoilercast.
Spoilercast. If you do not want to hear anything about A Quiet Place, turn off this podcast because this is the last thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're going to spoil this movie. Let's talk about it.
Holy cow.
That little boy in the beginning getting murked.
As soon as he grabbed the batteries off the thing, I went, no.
This one of those movies where you're like, you put yourself in that situation and you're like, you think about, like, man, you know how hard it would be to make sure kids don't make a noise.
So let's talk about the plot. So apparently aliens have crashed in Mexico somewhere. You see the clipping, and they are 100% blind and 100% attracted to sound.
Yeah, they can hear a pin drop from 10 miles away.
Apparently. But a lot of sound confuses them and can be masked by other sounds. Thus, they can talk when like the water's running really loud. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, they can stand behind a waterfall, and since the sound it gets shot down by the water, they can talk behind the
So it's a family, but this family is very fortunate because their oldest daughter is deaf.
Yeah, she's deaf.
So they all know how to sign.
Yeah, they're going to do sign language. Very useful.
They've survived thus far.
And no subtitles, by the way.
No, yeah. And they're beginning, the thing starts out as them traveling to the town to forage for stuff. They have 3 of them, their daughter, a middle son, and the youngest son.
Well, little boy. He must be like He must be like 6, 7.
6, 7. Yeah, he picks up a toy ship, takes the batteries out. Daddy's like, shh, no.
Oh no, he's freaking out. He's like, wait.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. He just gives him these eyes. He's like, he gets the toy, takes the batteries out. He's like,
right.
And so the boy feels bad because he can't get the toy, and the little girl is like,
they all walk off.
Yeah,
parents.
The little girl's like, don't tell anyone.
Here's a toy.
Here's a toy.
She walks off.
She doesn't give him the batteries.
Yeah, she walks off.
He takes the batteries.
So they're walking back.
They're walking over this bridge. They're walking down this trail.
But speaking of, everywhere they walk, it's so genius. Sand.
Put sand everywhere. So they're all walking barefoot.
Barefoot. So that makes no noise.
Sand. And they're walking, and then there's you hear
they're about to cross a bridge.
They're about to cross a bridge, and then you hear that toy. The toy, the loudest
it's a little
toy.
Space shuttle.
It's like. And then the dad is like,
bro, John Cranston's like, I felt like a dad, like, I can't get there fast enough because he can see the thing coming, and he's trying to be faster than the thing, and right before he gets to it,
dude, those monsters just went. They look like Venom from Spider-Man
really
a little bit.
Long
They look
arms.
like Venom crossed with Cloverfield monsters.
Yeah,
but they're like probably the size of a small van.
Yeah,
and they're just like, and
their arms are super long.
They roll, and he goes, and that little boy. Gone.
And then Quiet Place.
And then that's, I was like, oh my.
Me and Lou looked at each other with our mouths just open. Went,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That was like we clinked into the roller coaster, and then like the seats locked. It was like, can't let go now.
Yeah.
Can't get out.
Good luck.
So
fast forward, and then we see the wife is pregnant. When I was like,
oh, when I saw that belly, I said, because I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I told Lou, I said this. I said, how is she gonna do that?
But that's the first thing I said. Haley was looking at me. Of course, I'm cynical, but I was like, that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
That was a dumb move. How are you going to do that? And they have contingency plans. Mm-hmm. They had this whole idea to do it underground, so whenever she birthed her child, they have like this chamber where they put the top over it, so it's going to be soundproof. They have the little oxygen mask for the baby, so whenever it cries, it goes into the... So they had it all planned out. Mm. But guess what?
Something gets screwed up.
It doesn't happen the way you think it would. Mm. So... throughout the course of the movie, you're just kind of seeing how they operate day to day, not making any noise. Mm-hmm. He's got all these lights set up. He's got everything.
We can tell that Dad's done something with technology. He's good. He's a good tinkerer. Technology.
He's a tinkerer, and he's been working on this little headpiece for
her to hear better.
Yeah, and
which comes back into play later.
So let's fast forward to the part where they're basically out in the woods. The dad's teaching the son how to hunt and stuff, and then whenever he comes back, there's this old man, and his wife's dead. He's like, screw it, I'm going to end it, I'm going to yell. And then he's like, don't do it, just wait for us to leave. And he goes, ah! And then those big alien things show up. And they have to run.
Apparently we know there's 3.
Yeah, there's 3 in the area.
That's where they've
and so,
discerned.
Throughout the course of the movie, these 3 aliens are terrorizing their base camp. And then guess what? Baby's coming, dad's not home, kids are wherever they are.
Well, let's talk about this too before we get too far. So apparently, little girl, older sis, feels guilty because of what she did.
Yeah, she got.
And she believes that Dad. She always wants to go. She wants to go on a trip with Dad, but Dad's like no, because she feels like maybe it's because it's my little girl. I don't want you to.
And
maybe
also because
she can't hear. But he's always like, no, you stay, protect Mom. And so she interprets that as Dad hates me. He blames me for everything. Well,
and he doesn't.
He doesn't. Come to find out, the boy and Dad are talking at the waterfall because they're fishing. And they actually talk now, and he's like, the son asks, hey, do you hate her? She's like, no. Blah blah blah. He's like, I love you, daughter. I love you, sister. Blah blah blah. So come to find out. Fast forward. Go ahead. Everything's gone amok.
Yeah. So basically, it's childbirthing time.
Let me talk about that. She is a freaking trooper.
The aliens are all over the place looking around because they hear stuff, and she's like, she can't.
The water's broke.
By the way, steps on a nail.
Oh yeah,
steps on a nail sticking out of the.
Oh my gosh, that scene!
Like I feel like Kevin McAllister put that nail there. It was so perfectly placed on the staircase.
Yeah.
Steps on the nail, and she's like, like I would have been straight up Tom. Ah! But she steps up. She's in labor.
Yeah, water's broke.
She's got a nail in her foot. Trooper, bruh. She's a trooper. Bursts the kid and stuff.
Sarah Connor ain't got nothing on her.
And all that, but like, there's so much stuff going wrong. Like, there's water leaking in the house and all this stuff.
Yeah, the house starts to flood. The basement where they're at.
Fast forward a little bit later, and we're skipping some details, but the kids are on top of the silo, trying to signal for Dad. Dad's trying to find them. Alien finds them. They fall in the silo. Almost death by corn.
Yeah,
almost
suffocate, asphyxiate, and drown in the corn, which you can do. Believe it or not.
I would not want that. But yeah, so they find a way, and then dude, those aliens. And the girl finds out that the little special headpiece that Dad's been working on has some kind
Fritz
of
out.
It's on the fritz, and it has this feedback, and
it's a sound only she can hear.
The aliens freak out.
Like,
the aliens freak out, and then so she doesn't realize that till later in the movie, and then they're in this truck. They're trying to get away. They get separated in this truck, and they're trying to get away from the aliens. And as they are trying to get away from the aliens and get back home, like to the other base camp where the mom is, the alien's there, and then the dad doesn't know what else to do but scream
to save him.
And he risked your life. He gave his life, and
that scene where he looks at the daughter, and I won't spoil that part. But I don't want to say anything. I'll leave that for the viewers. But that scene will take your heart and just.
Yep.
And right when they had the daughter and him had that conversation via sign language, and that's when he screams, and I was like, "Oh, you just ripped it out, John."
I'm telling you right now, man, them aliens. Screw them aliens.
So the kids get back to the
kids get back, and then the aliens follow them there, and then Mommy's got the shotgun. She's like, "Oh, I ain't gonna take my baby. We're gonna fight." Right. And then the girl figures out that she can do a little feedback thing. The alien can't stand it.
Well, we didn't talk about it. They're armored.
Yeah, they're armored,
so you can't penetrate. And so all of a sudden, the face opens up.
Yeah, when their face
exposes them.
Yeah, when their face opens up, then you can shoot them in the face, and their fleshy underside. Mm-hmm. And girl finds out she could put her little thing to a PA system and just really overload their senses, and then they're like,
it hurts her too.
And their face is open. They're just like, and then the mom's just like, and then the very end.
The two other
come around the corner, and then the girl's like, "Let's do this," and the mom, and then roll the credits.
Yeah. Ended kind of quick.
Yeah, it's great, an incredible movie.
But I would say when she shotgun blast that alien, like I feel like that retribution was complete. Like I went, yeah! It was like so great. Satisfying.
And I always see Emily Blunt as a tough guy or tough girl character.
Well, yeah,
because Edge of Tomorrow, which is also an incredible movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I have one complaint about this movie.
Do you?
So this takes place years after these aliens show up.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me no one
has
figured out that if you do some audio feedback through some speakers, that it's gonna mess up with theirs. Like what military force is like? Obviously, the newspaper knew it says it's sound. Don't say anything. What military force isn't like? We gotta find some way to mess up their sound senses. Like 2 years later, you haven't found out some kind of like. Come on. Now I know it's a movie. I'm not trying to like tear it apart.
I guess for canon purposes, you could say, all right, maybe it's been happening around the world, but no one's been in contact enough to tell everybody.
Here's the two theories: is that maybe someone did find out. They just can't communicate it because there's too many of them out there. Who knows how these things breed? Or number two, maybe the world can't function as a government anymore, and no one has the chance to work on because they don't have the tech.
Yeah,
the tech's not there.
Yeah,
that's the only two things I can think of. But
I would agree with that one.
But if this dude built this thing in his basement and he accidentally made it, it's like, come on, there's got to be some kind of weapon. Like, there's got to be some kind of like
Tony Stark.
Like, there's got to be some guy out there who was just like, oh, dude, let's just get some feedback.
Wait, sound. They can hear sound. Why don't we just screw up their sound?
Yeah, why don't we just reverse that?
Mm-hmm.
And come on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not nearly as bad as the water melting the aliens inside. Right?
Yeah, no, not nearly as bad.
But
and who knows? Maybe there's just like a little isolated incident where it's like maybe they're far away from the people who did find out. That's what I told myself.
I would go as far. I don't know if it would be nearly as good because the way that it was built around the family unit, having loss, having life being brought back into it, and the family coming together only to be sacrificed. Blah blah blah. I don't know how you replicate that in a sequel, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see something like kind of like Cloverfield where they had
I
see another story. I don't think they will.
Nah, I think
they won't. I think it's a standalone.
Not that I'm disagreeing. I think it's cool, but I think if they just leave it like this, that's fine.
I'll be okay with it too.
It's fine.
I'm just kudos to Krasinski for not only doing a fun, fantastic, and all the performances were great, and there was hardly any dialogue in the movie.
No, there's maybe 4 lines of dialogue in the movie,
and he directed it, so good job.
Oh man, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch that in the theater. We wanted to.
Yeah.
Can you imagine people yelling and screaming? Because that's the beauty of that movie is that it's almost a silent film.
Mm-hmm.
There's hardly any music, and if there is music, it's just kind of like
ambience,
dum, 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 like whenever there's action and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Good movie. Highly recommend.
Yeah, man.
2 thumbs up. Siskel and Ebert.
You better watch.
I'm watching it.
Ready Player One.
That's happening.